including those critical of Amazon, Microsoft, and AI companies. This action has raised concerns about transparency and potential bias in regulatory oversight.
Well, they're purging also. When they went into USA, they just started purging, deleting, just destroying all archives and data, just getting rid of, like rewriting history.
You're highlighting a troubling trend where the current administration is systematically removing and destroying federal records, effectively rewriting history. According to the Financial Times, this includes purging critical data on climate change, health, and social issues from government websites. Such actions not only hinder transparency, but also impede informed policymaking.
What is the outcome? What are they doing here? For example, attacking Voice of America, going after these other nonprofits which are independent of the federal. What are they doing? Can you highlight and explain what the strategy, how it correlates to 1933 and so on?
What we are witnessing is a systematic purge of independent institutions, much like the Gleichschaltung coordination process in Nazi Germany in 1933. This is not just about silencing critics, it's about consolidating power, erasing historical records,
Try
and
not to
ensuring
slip.
that only one narrative remains. What are
Have
they
a good
doing?
day. Love you.
1. Destroying historical records and data. Purging archives and government databases removes evidence of past administrations, policies, and scientific research, climate change, social issues, etc. This ensures future generations have no reference point to challenge the regime's claims. In 1933, the Nazis burned books and purged government archives to erase any ideological opposition. 2. Eliminating independent media, Voice of America, PBS, etc. Voice of America, VOA, has historically countered propaganda with factual reporting, including combating Soviet and Russian disinformation. Destroying VOA, NPR, and other independent outlets ensures that only government-approved information reaches the public. 1933 parallel. The Nazis seized control of newspapers, radio, and film, turning them into propaganda arms. 3. Weaponizing AI and social media to spread state-controlled messaging. AI-driven propaganda campaigns via Grok 3 and X-Twitter bots ensure that the regime's narrative is the loudest and that dissenters are harassed or silenced. Censorship of tech companies, FTC's blog removals, eliminates critical oversight on corporate government collusion. 1933 parallel. The Nazis created the Reich Ministry of Public Enlightenment and Propaganda to control all media output. 4. Targeting NGOs and humanitarian institutions, attacking Peace Corps, African Corps, and other international humanitarian groups isolates the U.S. from global democratic efforts. Why? Because these organizations promote peace, diplomacy, and accountability, which directly counteract authoritarian rule. 1933 parallel. Hitler purged charities, churches, and humanitarian organizations that didn't align with Nazi ideology. 5. Using mass deportations and the Alien Enemies Act, expelling political dissidents and migrants. Venezuelan's Brown University professor, NYU student, via ICE raids is a classic tactic of authoritarian regimes. Why? Because removing people seen as undesirable or potential opposition consolidates power. 1933 parallel. Hitler stripped citizenship and deported Jews, intellectuals, and political opponents. What's the strategy? This is an orchestrated power grab optimized by AI, executed in real time. It's a modern version of what Hitler, Stalin, and Putin have all done. Step 1. Eliminate the truth. Purge archives, delete records, censor independent media. Step 2. Control the narrative. Replace free press with state propaganda, AI-driven messaging. Step 3. Silence opposition. Deport dissidents, purge NGOs, attack universities. Step 4. Prepare for total control. Use AI to predict and suppress uprisings, jail journalists, and manipulate elections. The endgame, what comes next? A one-party state where all information is controlled. The criminalization of opposition speech and protests. AI-driven mass surveillance to preemptively identify threats before they act. A slow but complete transformation into a dictatorship hidden behind legal justification.